Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Tips Cut the Gibberish. Come on in and say hello if you're joining me live. Let me know where you're coming in from. I would love to hear that. Again, welcome to Tuesday Tips Cut the Gibberish. I'm excited to be here with you today. I hope everyone had a great long weekend. It was a 3-day weekend, actually. We had a holiday yesterday. So happy Memorial Day. I hope you got to celebrate in a great way. We actually celebrated Sunday evening along with a couple of birthdays as well. My husband and my daughter both had birthdays last week. So Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, we celebrated their birthdays with a cookout. It was lots of fun. Saturday, we got to enjoy a baseball game. We have a new local baseball team here in my area called Spartanburgers. I live in Spartanburg, if you're new to me. So we went and watched a Spartanburgers baseball game Saturday night, which was also lots of fun. Very long when neither team scores. A whole 9-inning game with no score. So it did go into extra innings, and they finally scored, and Spartanburgers won. So it was lots and lots of fun. Share with me in the comments something exciting that you did over the weekend, for sure. I know it was a long weekend. There was probably a lot of different things, different activities going on. So share with me in the comments something fun that you did over the weekend to celebrate the holiday. So today I want to talk to you about productivity. You know, if you're a business owner, productivity is very, very important, right? To keep your business humming or moving along, so to speak. So sometimes some of us may get hung up on this. I know I've spoke of this before, but I want to go ahead and speak of it again just to help refresh and maybe help you to take some steps in the right direction with your productivity. Okay, so let's dive in. People buy when they want to buy, not when you want them to buy. Okay, you know, whatever it is you have to offer, when you first meet them, they're not going to purchase that from you. You know, I'm big on networking. A lot of you know that, and relationship communications is a networking group for sure. When you first meet someone, do they automatically want to buy what you have to offer? No, they don't. They want to get to know you first and make sure you're trustworthy and that what you have to offer is going to be worth their investment, whatever that may look like, right? So, again, people buy when they want to buy, not when you want them to buy. If you've ever heard me talk before about this, you've most likely heard me say that one, right? You know, they don't buy on the spot. I have definitely shared that before. So plain and simple, people buy on their own terms, not when you want to sell to them. So should you be always trying to sell? No, you should not. That's not going to be help your productivity in any way, shape, or form. Okay. So more and more people are also starting to take their time buying new things. They have been hustled before and don't want to make a rash decision without thinking about it first. Let me say that again. They have been hustled before and they don't want to make a rash decision or a very important decision without thinking about it first. I know some of you out there may be a person that really jumps on it as soon as you hear about it and you say, oh, this is for me. You jump right in and you purchase. And that's fine. However, I'm seeing more and more people these days not do that. They learn about something new. They find it intriguing. Yes, this may be beneficial for me. Yes, this might help me move my business forward, blah, blah, whatever it is. But they don't purchase right on the spot because they're going to take a little time and think about it first. The key is to follow up and build trust with them. Okay, like I said, they're going to learn you first. Make sure they can trust you before they purchase something from you. So following up is part of building that trust. So like I said, the key is to follow up and build trust with that person. If you haven't had traditional sales training, it has been said that it takes between 6 and 12 contacts with one person, one prospect, before they know who you are, before they can trust you, before they like you. Because we all know they have to know, like, and trust you before they're going to purchase from you, right? So again, it's been said that it takes between 6 and 12 contacts, you reaching out to them some way, shape, or form with a prospect before they know who you are, what you offer, and that it's right for a right fit for them. They have to figure all that out for themselves, right? Yeah, they might meet you at a networking event. Oh, Lisa's nice. Because you're going to be nice at a networking event, right? We all go to a networking event to be nice and to meet new people, right? That's what we go for. So sure, you're going to come across nice at the networking event. So they're going to say, oh, Lisa's nice. They may or may not want to have another conversation with me. Yeah, sure, they think I'm nice. It depends upon what I say, what I share, what they learn from me at that networking event. That will trigger or help them decide if they want to have another conversation with me to get to know me better and possibly work with me in the future, right? So, and this is where most sales go wrong. When you don't follow up and keep following up and keep following up, make more than just that one or two connections, right? Because it takes a whole lot more than that. And trust me, I know. I follow up on a regular basis. If you follow me on a regular basis on social media, you know that, because I'm always posting about follow-up, especially on Fridays, follow-up Friday, right? So follow-up is very, very important, because that's going to help build that know, like, and trust factor between you and that person. And that's exactly what you want to do. You're not going to that networking event to gain a new client or customer. You're going to that networking event to build your network, to build your connections, add people to your contact list, whatever you want to call it. That's why you go to a networking event. Now, you may meet other people that try to sell to you. Don't bite. Just let them know you're just here to meet new people and start new relationships. You're not there to buy anything from anyone, especially if it's your first time going to that specific networking event, right? You are there to build relationships with the other people there and meet new people. So most salespeople never even bother to follow up after the fourth contact, maybe. Some of them not even after the second try. If that is you, just think about how much money you might be losing, right? Because you're not continuing your follow-up process, which is so, so important. And, follow-up can be done in various different ways. So every time you follow up with that person, you don't have to follow up the same way. You don't have to send them an email, right? You could send them a text message. You could give them a call. Okay, people, we all have phones, right? The phone works. It's not just for texting or Googling something, looking something up, or scrolling on social media. That's not the only purpose that you have that phone. It works as a phone. You can actually call people. You need to start doing it. I know that may sound a little cheesy. I apologize for that, but so many people do not use their phones for an actual phone to actually call someone. But yes, you can use it that way too. You can actually send them a physical card in the mail. Nice to meet you. Or Thank you for that great conversation we had at XYZ networking event. I enjoyed it. Simple little things, right? Okay. So, like I said, most people never bother to follow up after the fourth contact or even the second try. This is where you can really stick out and stand out from the crowd if you continue to follow up. If you meet, okay, three new people at a networking event, John Smith, Sally Jones, and I don't know, Sam. Okay, Uncle Sam. Not literally Uncle Sam, but anyway, you meet three new people, okay? John, Sally, and Sam at a networking event. And you follow up with them. You're put in a breakout room with each one of these people. So you did actually get to have a brief conversation, because breakout rooms, you don't get very much time to talk. I get that. So you had a very brief conversation with each one of these people because you got put in different breakout rooms with each one of them. So you got to meet them. You got to have a brief conversation. Within 24 hours, you need to follow up with them people. It was nice to meet you. I would love to continue our conversation. Would you be interested in scheduling a coffee chat or a one-on-one conversation to where we can continue talking about what we were talking about? In other words, you want to continue to build that know, like, and trust factor is what you're really saying there. Okay? By inviting them to a coffee chat or to another conversation. Okay? So, like I said, this is where you can stick out from the crowd by following up, scheduling another conversation, sending them a card in the mail, saying thank you, right? When you are working with a prospect, be sure to put them in your follow-up system. After you attend this networking event, go put John, Sally, and Sam on your follow-up list. Yes, you're going to follow up with them in 24 hours and schedule that coffee chat. However, you still want to continue to follow up with them even after that. So make sure you put that in your follow-up system, whatever type of system it is you have. If you don't have one, you need to create one real quick, okay? Again, put that prospect, put Sally, John, and Sam on your prospect or your follow-up system. And this is important, so important, okay? Your follow-up system should be about building trust, not selling. So every time you reach out to those people that's in your follow-up system, you're not trying to sell something to them. You're simply following up with them. Maybe share with them something that's going on in your business or in your life. Just like, I could share that my daughter just graduated high school. Hi, Sally. It was nice to meet you at XYZ event. I hope you're having a nice spring. Things are really busy here with Tiger Eye Solution. And my daughter just graduated high school, so a lot of fun activities on the personal side as well. Simple as that. Right? Just share a little bit about yourself. That helps build that know, like, and trust factor. Okay? Send them links to educational articles or videos. Send them info about events that might help them, or events maybe that you're even doing. Invite them to it. Or maybe invite them to go to an event with you, whether it's online or in person. Build the trust along with keeping them top of mind. Right? Continue to build the trust along with keeping them top of mind. Awareness that you need to build. The great thing about this is you not only build trust with them, they may not be ready to buy, but their friend might. And you'll be the first person they think of if you do all this correctly. Right? In other words, they're going to send you referrals after you build that relationship, build that know, like, and trust. They're not going to hesitate to send a friend or a colleague to you if that friend or colleague needs what you have to offer. Okay. So I know for me personally, I've had clients, come back to me years after I first spoke with them because of the follow-up that I did. They weren't ready to buy at first, but when they were ready, they remembered me and how I was there to help them along the way. Right? Maybe it's a client, maybe it's just a colleague or a power partner, right? I've met so many different people in the almost 7 years. Oh my goodness. 6 years I've been in business. I've met various different types of people, different types of businesses, all the things. However, they're in my follow-up system. They're on my follow-up list. Therefore, I still today continue to follow up with those people. So they'll continue to know who I am and what I do. If the need arises for them and their business, yes, they'll reach out to me and we might work together. Or if they have a friend or a colleague that needs what I have to offer, they're going to refer me to them. Right? Guys, this is how networking works. So I know for some of you, if you're just getting started, maybe you're planning to attend your first networking event, or maybe you just recently attended your first networking event and it was real icky. You weren't comfortable, all the things. Don't give up. Don't give up. Even if you maybe the very first time felt like that wasn't the group for you, give it one more try. If it still feels like that's not the group for you, great. Don't go back to that networking event because every networking group is not going to be for you. Okay. You have to keep attending different ones till you find your people. Find the networking group that does work for you, the ones that are going to promote you, talk about you, etc. And the ones you feel comfortable doing the same for. It works both ways. Yes, they're going to build that know, like, and trust factor with you and promote you and talk about you and your business, but you have to do the same for them. Okay. I hope this information was helpful for you today. If you have any questions about what I shared, reach out. I'll be happy to have a conversation with you, explain it a little bit more in depth, or even maybe help you set up your follow-up system if you don't have one in place. Hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see you again soon.